Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Ultraman Z, DX Ultra Access card, and Ultra Metal SP, Ultraman 0 and 6 Kyodai set. Essentially, just call it the Ultra Access card special set. So this set is obviously because of, as of recording, it's March 4th. So right now, for as what's airing right now, it's Ultraman Chronicles Z, Heroes Odyssey, where that's covering Tiga and Z. Tiga for the sake of being the 25th anniversary, and Z because that was the last previous series. So, as for Tiga's side, they're re-releasing a bunch of like Tiga kaijus and returning, and they're like bringing back the Ultra Monster DX line, and like Tiga, they're bringing back like the ships and such, like the Gut Swingers. Zet, they're bringing us special Ultra sets of things that were hard, or that were previously hard to obtain within the line. So with this first set, we have the 6 Ultra Brothers and 0, however in new variants, and we finally get a retail release of the Leto Access card, which is nice to actually have because this was previously the only way you could have obtained this previously was by participating in an event for Ultra Fusion Fight, where it was a first come first serve thing where you will like go there and they'll just hand you the card. Here's everything you can do. So the big thing they're advertising is Saber Zero's Ultra Fusion exclusive to Ultra Fusion Fight, Grand Saber X Zero. That's why I wanted to say Saber, and just the Ultra Brothers and such. And you can tell the order is off, but we'll actually get to that. So, and also I'll cover this in the next review, but the box is a different shape. So here we have the set out, moving the metals aside. Here we have a look at our access card for the set, to which it's been a while since we've actually got to take a look at one. So this is the Leto Access card, which is the 0 Access card. And obviously it has Leto, the Zero's host from Jeed and such. So I really do like the illustration of 0. I really do like how they mimicked the sluggers all around and such. Again, I feel like the Access cards are probably one of the most underrated card designs, and they're barely utilized. Obviously, all of this is in katakana and such. And as you can tell from here, with the Leto, as opposed to all other prior Access cards, where it's actually new pictures, or where it's actually like new pictures of the users of the cards. That's not the case with Leto. Leto is clearly just the cast promo picture that they had of him when they initially showed him off, because obviously all the Access cards are uniformed, so it's the user just standing still and such. And Leto clearly is not, because he's in a pose. But I mean, for a promo card, when this was originally made, it's fine. The back, obviously because it is still an Ultra Access card, it has the blue Z, and you got the barcode for Ultra Fusion Fight. We got the stats, Zero's light. Again, Ultra Fusion Fight right there when it was still a thing. And this is ZT004, because it's the 4th official Access card released within the main toy line. And then The difference between, basically, this is what makes this card different from the promo one, besides that this one's in the official numbering. Instead of playing as normal Zero, you get to play as Zero with the Ultra Zero mantle. So speaking of the Ultra Zero mantle, here we are with the medals of this set, to which they're in a really interesting translucent green, which is pretty cool. But obviously, the whole thing with this set is that all of these Ultras are with their mantles. So obviously, Zero right here is with the Ultra Zero mantle and such. And for the most part, they do carry the same color aesthetics as the original medals, but now they're in this side portrait, just like some of the kaijus and such. And honestly, I think for Zero at least, this looks better because you can actually see his sluggers, because this position here looks like he doesn't have the sluggers. And I do want to compare the greens, because I think this is what it's supposed to be based off of, which is, again, really interesting. And then, next up we got Ultraman with the Brothers Mantle. And Ultraman's the one that got stuck with the cereal. And here, because it's translucent, you can see the the NFC chips. Quick comparison with the original. And then, here we are with Ace. Again, the lineup is kind of arranged weirdly, but there is a reason why. There's Ace. Then here we have 7. Quick comparison. Now with our latter half, we have Taro. Oh, my bad. Jack. Now Jack, because he's green, this actually works pretty well. And then last but not least, Zophie. Yellow also really looks well with the translucent green. So, let's use these 7 medals and our new Axis card in the Z-Riser. Alright, so let's use the Leito Axis card. So obviously we need to activate it first. Then just slot the Axis card like so. So it does say Leito, and just like Zet, it is the same blue LED, to which obviously just simply swing this over to do the transmission. So there we have the transmission of Zero, and we can do the finisher. I forgot to show this sound. There we have the Emerald Slash, which I don't think is correct. Obviously, sadly, we don't have Zero's voice with the Axis card, like how we've had Zet with the Haruki Axis card and Riku with his Axis card. This one's basically like the default mode. While it'll acknowledge it as Zero, this is basically just voiceless mode in a way. And I forgot to show this too, obviously. The slashes are all the same. So, we will use our stones, but we'll use our metals, but I'm just going to use them all together, because one thing about them is going to be clear. So obviously we'll do our first 3 series. So obviously these just function the same as the originals. So obviously they're their respective finishers. And then like, I think it's fair to play them all together because I've already showed them individually 3 years ago. And then if you want some funnies, I'm trying to remember how this was outlined. We can, or you just use 0 with 0. So it's just the same thing, it overlaps. However, let's get to the main reason why they did this re-release, to which requires us to have Ultraman, Ace, and 7. And you have to have it in this specific order, even though these two are the same colors. Because Zero actually does have a Ultra Fusion, to which, just like with Jeed, with Tatarai Cross, Zero's Ultra Fusion Fight exclusive form is Grand Saber Zero. And the reason why you have to have Ace and then 7 is because that's the order they are in this toy, grunt-wise. While technically, obviously, officially, I think it's supposed to be 7 and Ace, but sound-wise, it's Ace and 7. So the finisher. I don't know what the finisher is, but it's at least its own original finisher. Again, it's kind of, I think it was a decision of theirs just to not have Zero voices out of this. However, this is Zero's Axis card, so we can actually do Zero forms with this. The first one that I genuinely forgot, if we just had Belial. So there is our direct transmission to Zero Darkness. I won't do the finishers. Just watch the demo, because we need to cut some things out. Next up, Dyna Flash type in Cosmos Luna mode. So there we have our direct transmission of Saga also, which is actually really cool. And then, I know that we did not need to switch them, but we will. Dyna, battery exhaust. What we're trying to say is Dyna strong type and Cosmos Corona mode. So there's our direct transmission of strong Corona Zero. And then, last but not least, we need Cosmos Luna mode back. And then Dyna Miracle type. My bad. And then Luna Miracle Zero. That is not it, technically. That is it for Zero's stuff. There is one more that we have to cover, but I'm gonna hold it back for the next one, just because it has the ones we need. But it's basically the reason why I say, basically, this card is basically just the default way of playing with this thing without the voices, or basically not being character specific because of that one combo and such. But we will switch access cards because we do technically have one combination we can do with this set. Is if we take Ultraman, Ace, and Taro. So yeah, we are able to make Beta Smash out of this internally. Other than that, we can't make anything else because we need outsider metals. I'm going to sneeze, but it's not coming out. All right. I don't want to get the stands. I mean, the stands are here, but I don't want to deal with it. So overall, I do like the set. It's cool that they finally decided to put the Leitzo card out in the main toy line, because I think it was because of not popware demand. I think it was just due to heavy demand because of how scarce the original promo version was. So I'm really glad they came around and just found a way to release it, and in a way found a way to, release new variants of these these metals and such. And because I think these releases, I filmed the intro for this video like 2 years back or 3 years back, I think. It was in March of 2021, I think, if I recall, or April. But this and the next set are supposed to be corresponding with Hero Odyssey's set and such. But I think this set in particular was just to actually do something commemorative for Zero's 10th anniversary, but now it's his 15th. So I don't mind it as much. And like, again, I think the variants here are really cool and such. Again, technically they technically didn't need to release half of, like, these three don't do anything internally because they only, obviously they had to put out Ultraman Ace and 7 so then you can actually do the form. But Taro, Jack, and Zophie are just kind of here. But again, it makes sense to have the Ultra Brothers in their mantles if you're going to have Zero in his Ultra Zero mantle and such. But even Zero 2 kind of doesn't get to do anything within in this set because we don't have Leo. Because like Leo and Mebius have mantles too, but they're silver mantles and such. So it would have been cool if they were able to round it out with those two, but then I think that means the exclusion of the Axis card. But basically, you're getting this set for the sake of the Axis card and such. But then if you don't want to get this version for some reason, you can try to track down the original promo version. Again, the only difference is that the playable character is not going to be Zero with the Ultra Zero mantle. It's just going to be regular Zero, and it's not, and like the numbering is going to be like PR something, as opposed to ZT004 and such. But then again, like it, you know, as we know how this toy line goes, like basically the majority of these cards do get duplications. It's just that Latos is the only one that is kind of the same with this wise, just because his is the only non-canon one. Because luckily the original promo one is at least cheaper. It's $10 now as opposed to I think 10 to 20 now, as opposed to like the 30 to like $50 they used to sell for it. The highest I think people are still selling this for like $20, which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, I think I should probably say where I got this. I got this off of Mandarake because I think I got this in the next set sometime. I mean, like I think like at least a week or two after it got released initially for its retail price. I think the last time I checked, which was half a year ago, this set is ridiculously priced, but I hope it's back to a regulated price because I think this set sold for $16 and such because you had to accommodate for the Axis card, because these card sets are typically, the Axis card sets are typically like $10, but because you have to accommodate for 4 additional medals, I think it got up to 16. But anyways, like I hope if you are trying to get the set that it is easy and cheap. But that'll have to do this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people.